Welcome to my mom's basement. On this episode, I'm going to show off my top 5 most valuable NES games. Now, if you're expecting there to be Little Samsons and stadium events and that sort of thing, no, I don't have anything that's going to blow the pants right off of you, but I have some decent stuff, and I'm kind of proud of it. I'm going to start off here with a couple of honorable mentions that didn't quite make the top 5. Such as this one, right here, Kickmaster, card only. I believe that one's after increasing in value very recently. It's, last I checked, around $60 or so that's pretty good. Also, in about that range here, I've got from Bunch Games, Mission Cobra. Bunch Games is a company, much like Color Dreams, that makes silly, funny colored cartridges that are, well, of questionable value. But, you know what, this one's pretty cool. It's in great shape. It's got the box, missing the manual. And I'd say this one's worth somewhere around $65, $75, something like that, with the box. So, it's getting up there. And I've got two here that I consider pretty much neck and neck for number 5. I've got Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden 3, the Ancient Ship of Doom, in the box, missing the manual. Damn it! And I've got Uninvited, complete box manual. Awesome condition. Would love to have the hint book for this, but the hint book is probably worth more than the game itself. And I will put both of these games somewhere in the vicinity of about $80 each-ish in their present conditions. And yeah, I'd say they're about tied for number 5. Love the artwork on these. These are fantastic. I'll never get rid of these. Uninvited, Mac Venture, Haunted House, Point and Click. This is right up my alley. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It's fantastic. If you're into that sort of thing, and of course, Ninja Gaiden, great game, hard as hell. You know what you're getting into with this one. So that's number 5 there. Move on to number 4. This one's kind of debatable as well. It's a complete in-box copy of Final Fantasy. It's got the handbook and the 2 maps with it. It's a bit dinged up. It's a bit basement smelling. But in this condition here like this, it's an absolute classic, must-have type of title. I would put this one at somewhere in the range of 110-ish by today's standards. 110, maybe 125. Somewhere around there. So actually, maybe this should have been number 3. Because neck and neck with it here, I've got a loose card-only copy of Mega Man 5. This one's after jumping up a lot since I bought it. I bought it a couple of years ago, and I paid what was a fair price at the time, and I'd say it's at least a little over double that by now. And this one's mint condition. Well, mint for a card-only copy, as clean as you're going to get. And I will put this also in the range of $100 to $110. So, on any given day, you could probably get a bit more for either one of these. Would love to have the box and the manual for that, but I'm doubtful I'll ever come across it. Just happy to have this one. Lucky to have that. And this one I picked up a while ago. This is the only sealed NES item I have. This is Maxi 15 from AVE Entertainment. All these games were released separately, and for some reason they slapped them all together and put them on this one, the Maxi 15, which is hard to get in its own right. Although a lot of these games on here, are way more valuable in their single forms. Which is kind of weird since you can get all of them on here. But I would really like to have a complete in-box copy of Chiller, but it's going to cost me way more than I paid for this one. And this one is sealed, obviously, but it's not exactly how you would buy it in the store. There are two versions of this sealed. This one does not have a hang tab here, so it actually came with a flimsy box over the outside, so that kind of hurts the value of it a little bit. It did come separately with one with a hang tab, with no box, but this one is sealed, no hang tab, and well, it's still factory sealed, it just doesn't have the outer box, so that's kind of a bummer. But even so, in this condition, this title I would put at around $125 or a bit more, depending, but still, it's a fairly expensive game. And my number one most expensive NES item, I paid more for this one than for any of this other stuff, so rightfully so. But since I bought it, it's close to double what I paid for it, and I paid what I thought was a lot for it. It is Mighty Final Fight. Obviously, everybody's played Final Fight 1, 2, or 3 for the Super Nintendo and the arcade and whatnot. But this, they've sort of dumpied up the little critters, and you know, it's a double dragon type of game. It's exactly like Final Fight, only squished down, and they've taken a lot of the detail out of it and that sort of thing, some of the characters, but it's still really fun. It's almost like playing River City Ransom, only with Final Fight characters. So I mean, yeah, I paid over $100 for this a couple years ago, and now the card itself goes for around $200. So in the box, it's worth more than that. I just looked it up, say yesterday, and found out, wow, this was a pretty good investment. So yeah, this is definitely my number one NES item, and I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled that I managed to hang on to this long, and well, it's a really fun game. And shit, I forgot to mention, I don't have the manual. That sucks, but the manual doesn't hurt the value as much as, say, not having the box would. But the card is around $200 itself, so the box is, you know, pricey as well, and so is the manual. But I've got the two most important parts, and well, maybe someday I'll break down and come across the manual and pay for it. So yeah, here we go. That is my top 5 most valuable NES items. Sure, it's not as impressive as somebody who's got a boxed stadium events lying around, some Panesian titles, and whatever else goes for mega money these days. I'm a little bit out of touch. But I don't have a Little Samson, I don't have a Flintstones 2 or anything like that. But you never know. I do have a fake Flintstones 2, but it's, well, fake. Not really that valuable, but it works. So anyways, thanks for watching My Mom's Basement, and I will see you next time.